Yeah, as we the Kingsman 1 is top tier. Kingsman 2 is probably like a the 6, 7, 8 out of 10, depending on
Yeah, it's a solid B. I agree.
it's still
Yeah,
solid.
solid B.
Still so,
Yeah,
and then this one is like there's still some things, but it's only like maybe like a 4 out of 10.
yeah.
Like
It had a few things that worked really well. I thought Rasputin was a good character.
mhm.
I liked him. I liked what they did with him. The scenes that they had with him, I thought were probably the most engaging. And I really wanted to see like, oh, where's this going?
Mhm.
So I thought he was a great character. But in
And
the end, kind of a wasted character, right?
exactly,
Like,
especially using him in the trailer for everything. They Yeah, that
yeah,
wasted is a perfect word for that because yeah, he was used in the trailer, and in the trailer they try to make it look similar to the other Kingsman movies. Of which one thing
yeah,
also confused me is they didn't have any oneers, they didn't have any long one single takes or like the same action style like combat fighting throughout the other Kingsman movies. The closest thing was when Rasputin was doing his like dance fighting or whatever. Like they had
that's right.
a little
That's right.
bit, and there was a bit of a back and forth, but nothing even close to the other style
Yeah,
for the movies.
it was that was the best scene in the whole movie, I think. And had the movie had that feel to it, like you say, because the trailer sort of indicated like he's the bad guy, like he's the main villain,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm watching this movie and I'm like thinking to myself, well, why isn't he the main villain? He's easily the most charismatic of all the villains that are portrayed in this film, and there's a lot of villains in this movie. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Um, so it's like, why not just focus on one? You know, I think sequels, especially comic book style movies like this, they usually make this mistake of when they do subsequent films, they feel like more equals better.
Mm-hmm.
So then they start like loading in villains because it's like one villain's not enough. Now we need like, because it's the third movie, we need like 5 times as many villains. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Why do you need that many villains? It's like one will do it,
Mm-hmm.
man. What if you do a really good villain? One main villain with a henchman. That's
Mm-hmm.
all you need.
Spider-Man
That's
3
all
is a
you ever
big
need.
example of that. Yeah. Or if it's I'm gonna bring it to Spider-Man just because I like using that as an example. Spider-Man 3 is a
Sure.
perfect example because it's Peter Parker versus Sandman and Venom and Green Goblin and like so many characters. But now
Mm-hmm.
when we look at Spider-Man Far From Home or No Way Home, it's about 5 or 6 villains, but there's still 3 heroes, so it balances out. You're not doing 1 versus 5, making it, oh, how are they
That's
ever
right.
gonna beat this many people? It's like, how are we going to team up and actually make this work compared to,
Yeah.
so yeah, so when they introduce too many things, and then you fall by the wayside of, again, as we were just talking about, why are people doing it? If you have one or two, then you can elaborate the story more and figure out what is the motivation behind people.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Spider-Man. This last one. I mean, this it's one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time. I thought it was such a well done film, and they did that smart thing of saying, okay, we're gonna have multiple bad guys because it's a sequel, and so that's what's sort of expected. But they did it in a very clever way where they're like, okay, there's multiple heroes to counter the multiple villains,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now you've got it's a group versus a group rather than just like one on one or 1 on 5 or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
like you say. So yeah, that was definitely way better done.
Yeah. Exactly.